Is that where the beef with you and Nasty stems from?
It's not a beef. I don't have a beef with him.
Okay, what is it called?
No, I'm coaching him. I'm coaching him. It's because he's not challenged. It's too easy. The music he makes just shows that he's not challenged. He's just doing the same old thing because he's told it will work. And then when he releases music, the label just prints plaques out of numbers that come from nowhere just to make it seem like they're doing a great job and they're doing something, you know what I mean? Just to keep up an illusion. And it's all like an illusion. And I'm so concerned because he's such a young person and South African hip hop industry. And I told you, I played a very big role in constructing what it is today. It's so small that anyone can tip it the wrong way. And they did that. I don't blame his current label. It's all Mabala Noise.
Right now, isn't he signed to Def Jam?
I mean, but he's still with Mabala Noise. It's either way. Mabala Noise is still involved. That's how the record business works. It's very complicated. So the artists don't understand how this stuff works.
But that's why you're here to break it down for us.
You understand? So the artists don't understand how this stuff works. And
so
the people around them keep them in a state where they don't know what's going on.
So how is Mabala still signed?
So Mabala obviously had a deal with Universal.
Okay.
And Universal is the owners of Def Jam.
Yes.
And so that doesn't mean he's with Mabala. And then they've got a deal with Universal, and Universal has passed them on to Def Jam in the States. But Mabala's still in the cuts there. They're still getting their piece. They still own the music. They signed him.
So it's like going to Taboo and Cocoon. It's the same thing.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Taboo and Cocoon, or what's the other club that they bought in Durban? They bought another club, the Taboo Group. It used to be Plush. It used to be Plush Diamonds in Durban, 47, and Intersight, whatever. Yeah, so that was Taboo Group as well. You know what I mean? It's like the same thing. So it's just being passed on from one to another. You know what I mean? So, and that's my thing, that's my concern. And it's like...
That's crazy, man. When I hear about the Def Jam deal, I'm like, fuck, niggas gone, is out of here.
Yeah, but that is true. You are gone. That's how big of a deal it is. But now if you're gone and you're out of here, but you don't have a rootedness in your South African identity, you're going to be blown in the wind in the States, bro. It's not going to end well. It's going to end in tears. You know what I mean? You need to do it right. You need to have your rooting. You need to be strong. It's not like he's doing something that we haven't seen being done before. You know what I mean? Lucky Dube sold 1 million records. He was signed to Motown.
Before social media,
before any of the stuff. Lucky Dube is still the most streamed African artist to this day.
Wow.
Right now. He's been dead since 2007.
Damn.
Nasty was 10 years old then.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, that was my concern. It's like it's been a very big concern since he signed to Mabala Noise, because obviously when he did that whole entire deal, it was like a shortcut to get to where all the other artists, where the MTs are, because they're like, okay, Ambitious has got, Ambitious came into the game, big budgets, blowing everything out of the water. And, the guys at Ambitious, it wasn't just that they had more money, it's just that they had a guy who knows the music, who knows what he's doing, you know what I mean? And that's why they've been so successful for so long. Mabala Noise hasn't been able to maintain it, It was just the money, really.
So when you see this happening, don't you, as a big brother, like you say, give him a call?
I did. I've spoken to the cats, I've spoken to the cats, said, yo, it's not the way to roll, it's not the way to do it, but now we're out, you understand? And now we have to compete head to head. So how do we compete head to head? Okay, fine. Listen, I've got an artist that I'm marketing and promoting and everything else. And they release music. Mabala Noise releases Nasty's music or whatever. We go to the Metro FM Awards. Nasty's nominated 4 times. Questa's nominated 4 times. Nasty wins 4 awards. Questa walks away with nothing. That's Mabala Noise, shifting the entire balance. A guy who's been working in the game for so many years, released the Ngutus, the Maibabos, the Nyasfela Ngawes, like big smash hits, had the best-selling album of all time. You know what I mean? In hip-hop, sold over 300,000 copies, dog. That's like Zahara numbers. You understand what I'm saying? So
you reach out to him. He's not trying to.
No. Even it's not even about reaching out, because at that point you're already with Mabala Noise. You're already on that side. I've reached out. This is Metro FM Awards. I don't know when was it, 2017 or whatever. You know what I mean? Mabala Noise. Obviously, they were like, and we knew that was what's going to happen. And then at the Summers, I was like, shit, I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen again. So the first thing, when he got nominated at the Summers, I called him up. I said, no, he got nominated for 2 music videos that shouldn't have qualified.
Yeah, I remember you said this in the manager's episode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So please disqualify them. And they did. And at the end of that award show, Questa picked up 6 Summers. The last summer, which was Record of the Year, was won by Hell Nah, Nasty C. You know what I mean? That's when Babes Will Do More and Mampinja had that whole entire hissy fit. And because obviously we'd won 6 awards, we weren't going to be like, Ngotu didn't win. And Mabala Noise really, you know what I mean? We already took the L at the Metros. And the Metros haven't been back since, because everybody saw through that corruption. And if you think about, as a kid, if you're out there talented at home and you see that, oh, damn, all I need to do is sign to a label with a lot of money and then I can be an instantaneous star. Not to say that Nasty is not talented, because he's been talented. He's been like knocking on the door. He's been trying for a long time. And it just so happened that that opportunity came with Mabala Noise, and, he was able to take it, and it was able to see him, rise to superstardom. But at what cost?
You got a price to pay.
That is the heaviest price to pay at such a young age. Imagine if you're 23, you're now free, Like, he's not going to be free, because everything he does, a label has to pay for it, and that's an advance. That's debt. It's like a line of credit, or a bigger line of credit, and the only way you pay back that credit.
So right now, everything that we see from Nasty is credit.
The way the record business works is that you pay back the credit with record sales. It's called recoupment. You understand? So there is a price to pay. That's why the artists are crying, saying, okay, no, the label, whatever, ambitious, is not whatever, giving me whatever money.
So if you look at Nasty, what deal do you think, or what path do you think he should have walked?
It's not even about him, dog. If you look at Miriam Makeba, she had a terrible deal.
I want to find out from you, what is the perfect deal? Because it seems like there isn't.
For me,
one.
There is no perfect deal. It depends what you need. If you are like what Nasty says, I make the music and then I send it to the label. If he does all that work, he makes all that music and then he sends it to the label, then he needs to at least get 70 to 80% of the money that is made when that music is sold. That's what I'm saying. That's you understand?
Yeah.
At least a good amount. Even 90%. You know what I mean? If he's really putting the music together, you know what I mean? If all they're doing is selling it, right? If all they're doing is selling it. But if they are sourcing producers for you, they are writing songs for you and everything else, then...
Which is not the case with him.
Well, he's like, if I'm going according to what he said, you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So if that's not the case, if they're making the music for you and everything else, then I understand why the labels would give you like 10% or 20%, because they're doing all the work, they're finding all the songwriters, everything. You just show up on time, you sing whatever you're told to sing, you know what I mean? And you do that. And, you find groups who say, like BTS, the one that I just spoke about, like Big Hit Entertainment, they do everything for them. They find them songwriters and everything, producers and everything. And they just come and perform and they're just disciplined. You know what I mean? And in a country like Korea, maybe in Asia, that might work.
One Direction.
But that's the same thing, right? But at the same time, they've been doing so well that Big Hit Entertainment gave BTS like $53 million in shares in the company. You know what I mean? So it is possible that, labels can exploit the rights of the artists, to make money. And also at the same time, once they've made like a big profit, say, hey, here's a kickback, here's equity in the company. You know what I mean? They are good ways of doing things. Not to say that everything is all bad. It's just that, you get a lot of people that are so afraid. It's like we all work at the same company, right? We all do the same job, and none of us have seen each other's pay slips. So we can't even discuss if we're being cheated or not.